There have been too many people that have been silent on everything that has been taking place with Diddy. From the lawsuit, from the raids, now the video.
Right.
Yes, Diddy is a powerful individual who can probably, in an instant, have you wiped off the face of the earth if he really wanted to.
Okay.
However, the silence that has been showcased over the past several months is a little bit suspicious to me. And I know we're dealing with a powerful individual who's a business mogul, music mogul, whatever you want to call, party mogul. However, right is right and wrong is wrong. And you should be called out on when you've done wrong.
Laugh Kingz.
Let's play a little bit.
Let's do it.
I'm in the mood with this beautiful weather for some romantic reggaeton. Whoa, 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 whoa. Welcome to the Laugh Kingz. We on a new level, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I'm your co-host, Jace. We got my main man to the right. Always A-lister, the leading drama acting guy, Mr. JR.
What up, everyone? What's going on?
We got the ones who stack the bills in the back. Of course, the sweet but sometimes salty Cash Money Linda.
What up, Cash?
And we got the one and only infamous Prince of Dubai in the cloud, Uncle Sammy.
What's up?
What's
What's
going
up?
on?
So yeah, we're changing it up a bit. We're gonna play some royalty-free music so we don't get flags.
Yep.
I'll put the listing below. Thank you, sir.
Shout out to all our royalty-free artists out there.
Yeah, you guys make good music.
Oh, yeah. Paving
Yeah.
the way.
Folks, we're not here to play nice. We're here to ignite fires and have a good time with our favorite drink, the unofficial sponsor of our pod. Mr. JR, tell them what we're drinking.
What's up, y'all? We're drinking and sipping on our finest, our favorite. That is Crown Royal Vanilla. Whether you're kicking back on your back deck, enjoying the beautiful weather, or maybe you're sipping on a nice drink, enjoying some of the NBA playoff games that's been going on, you need to be drinking Crown Royal Vanilla. It goes down smooth, whether it's on the rocks or whether it's with some Coke or ginger ale. Without a doubt, Crown Royal's finest blend. Check for it in your local liquor store.
Well, that was an amazing kind of interlude to Crown Royal. We know New York Knicks ain't drinking that.
Nope.
They're gone away. But yeah,
yeah.
raise your glasses. I'm not above you. I'm not below you. I'm right here with you, bro.
Cheers.
Now, before we get started with the pod, we always give our shout outs. So we like to big up Shensia.
As always.
Thank you, Shensia, for everything you do.
Hi,
We appreciate
Shensia.
it. But yeah, big news happening. Before we get that,
very big.
Uncle Sammy, how was your weekend on this long weekend?
It was pretty good, relaxing. How about you guys?
Not bad. It was a
Yeah,
nice
not
day
bad.
yesterday. We
Yeah.
did a nice picnic on the bay,
Definitely.
the bay side, the water side. Did
Oh,
some
yeah.
fishing. I didn't do fishing, but Mr. JR did some fishing.
You fish for drinks, though.
Yep, I fish for drinks.
Got a cast, go deep into the cooler, you know. It's not easy.
Not easy at all, especially when you're trying to hide it from the police. Uncle Sammy, did you have some drinks over the weekend?
I ended up going to Niagara Falls.
Ooh.
Well, Niagara. Went to a winery, Wayne Gretzky's. It's really nice there, I must say.
Wow.
I really, really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Nice. We got to bring you to the winery over on this side.
Yeah.
It's really nice. I went to the Wayne Gretzky one too. That is a nice wine
Yeah.
tasting thing too. It's really cool, man. Did you get to do a tour and stuff like that?
No, I just drank.
I guess
Yeah.
we're all in the bouginess
Yeah.
summertime vibes right here in Canada.
You know,
right? Yeah.
jeez.
Damn. Shout outs to 50 Cent.
Why not?
Where do you get your latest news from, right?
Definitely got to be 50.
50 Cent, the man knows everything. He ain't scared of Diddy.
Mm-mm.
He ain't scared of Jigga. He's targeting Jigga now. You see that?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. See the Diddy with the apologies now?
Yeah. Oh God. Well.
Before the apologies,
Yeah.
he
What
posted
is he
something.
apologizing for?
But he posted something
Yeah.
before the video came out.
Mm.
He said, "In time, the truth will speak," or something like that.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, the video came out,
Yeah.
and the truth did speak.
Oh boy. And that truth was definitely not nice at all.
Because you were caught.
Yep. Now, all right. So let's do a little recap of
Okay.
what took place. So, as you guys remember, I believe it was earlier in the year, Cassie, Diddy's former ex-girlfriend, filed a lawsuit for undisclosed amount, and he instantly settled within a few days, which is normal in often cases.
Right.
Again, that is not an admission of guilt. That is more so just settling to
Yeah.
avoid any further evidence or what not to come out. So fast forward, CNN obtained security footage from the hotel that Diddy and Cassie was staying at. And the video, I could tell you, viewers' discretion advised. However, Cassie was trying to leave the room, entering the lobby area where the where the elevator is.
Right.
And he basically grabbed her, dragged her,
Punched her,
Punched her.
kicked her.
yeah, he did everything he was not supposed to do,
Right.
and what no man should be doing to any woman, period.
In a towel, half naked.
Yeah,
You really
Like-
heated, man.
come on. And then on top of that, I believe she went back to the room, or she vacated that area,
Yeah.
and he started taking glass vases that was in the hallway and throwing it at her. Like, it's one thing if you are, trying to, I can't even defend this. There was intent to injure. If you're taking a glass vase and throwing it at someone, number one, that is glass. Number two, if that hits, it's going to shatter and it is going to hurt and cause injury. And oh boy, he was getting dragged left, right, and center on social media.
Which is
Rightfully
good,
so.
yeah.
Rightfully so. And instantly, he issued an apology.
You know?
And I mean, there's nowhere or no place he could hide.
No.
He had to face it. He had to come out and say something.
What a sorry ass apology, though.
Very sorry.
Right?
Very
Very stupid. I'm sorry
Yeah.
for my actions. It's, oh my God.
You know-
Uncle Sammy, I think you've definitely seen what's going on there. Give us your 411.
Well, definitely that was the worst video you can see.
Yeah.
That was terrible what he did. And the thing is with the sorry is crazy because the only reason you're saying sorry is because the video came out. Like
Yeah.
he could
Yep.
have easily said like sorry prior to the video coming out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If you're sorry about something, then you would apologize and own up to it at the time. So now he's talking about rehab and therapy. I'm like, where was all of that before when, prior to it?
Mhm.
Now, me saying all that, we all know it's terrible, but can we talk about the thing that nobody is talking about? The running? Did you see how the man ran? Like, what the frig was that?
Looking like a crab on a beach.
You know the Sims, that game? He looked like one of those, like, I don't know if we can play, like, just the running portion of the video when we post this,
Yeah, right.
but that shit was hilarious. It was funny.
Insert running here.
Not the actual, not the
Right.
actual stuff that went on, but, like, that's the lamest running I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. My God.
Diddy's a bitch.
yeah.
Yep.
I echo that.
Yeah. I think my man said it best. I don't know if you saw the post by Ryan Clark
No, I
from
didn't.
the Pivot podcast.
Yep.
I gotta take it out and read it. Give me
Mm.
1 second here.
And while you're looking for that, it's just it's unfortunate that it took the video to come out for Diddy to issue the apology. He didn't say anything with the lawsuit. He settled, dusted his hands, and it's unfortunate. But then again, we're all watching this in real time. So I think you got the...
Yeah, I got it out. So we'll post a link here. But Ryan Clark, big up to you, man, calling out this man. The only man who actually came out and called out this man. We got to get that down to that.
Oh, for sure.
So this is the post. Posted yesterday in the afternoon. Cassie's physical wounds may have healed, but the mental and emotional trauma suffered at the hands of Sean Combs left irreparable damage. She lived through his abuse and was ridiculed once she built the courage to speak up. I can't imagine the torment and the torture she endured. Simply put, Sean Combs is a bitch. The men around him are bitches too. He deserves no grace for that. No understanding. There are no longer any ifs. He's a effing monster and deserves any and every consequence that comes down. No post-assault video released. Long-distance apology. Change that.
Wow. Yeah. Shout out
Direct
to Mr. Clark. Yeah.
Direct. The only celeb to come out and speak against Diddy like that.
Yep. Wow.
Big up, Mr. Ryan Clark.
Yeah. So I want to backtrack a bit to kind of recap something. I've been reading a lot of comments online, and this is going back to when the lawsuit was initially filed by Cassie. And first off, the suit was filed, let's say, on a Monday, and Diddy settled by Wednesday. Just kind of basic timeline. But again, he settled in, to me, it seemed like record time. But typically, a lot of businesses do this. A lot of powerful people that have the money to settle without going back and forth and countersuit and this and that. He settled instantly. And some people looked at it as an admission of guilt. Back then, I'm like, no, it's not necessarily admission. He's just settling to get this out of his way, right? He's got brand deals. He's got business deals. And
he got people to beat.
Oh, boy. Well, and there's a lot that is going on that he just wants to ensure that this is far out and no longer in my name.
Right.
Now, when the video came out, that was already discussed in the lawsuit.
Right.
And however, we didn't have the visual to, look at that and say, oh shit, this is exactly what took place. So I felt like the internet kind of swept over that. They didn't necessarily see that right away because there was a lot to unpack in that lawsuit. Like, remember, he was accused of blowing up someone's car.
Yeah.
Right. So there was a lot that the internet was seeing and whatnot. So with that, now that the video has come out, we have the visual to represent what was written in the lawsuit. And I gave Diddy some bail at first. And I said, he's not admitting. He's just settling to get this out of the way. But now that I'm looking at it, he settled because he is guilty.
He is guilty.
And he probably thought that...
to the full extent.
He probably thought that settling right away avoids further evidence from coming out, which...
Now you know how these big wigs operate.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So right then and there, he probably thought, okay, I'm going to be in the clear. And a couple months later, boom, the video just randomly comes out by CNN. Right. So
good for you, CNN folks.
Yeah. So again, I think with Diddy, can we officially say he's canceled now?
He's not canceled, but he should be locked up in jail. I know he can't be because of that, but
it's
to me he's canceled for me. But I will say when he settled the lawsuit that quickly, I took it as an admission of guilt because I've never seen someone settle a lawsuit. It was like in 12 hours, the man had called and settled the lawsuit since the allegations come out. I've never seen someone settle a lawsuit that quickly. And I think that did make other people come out because they were like, oh, he's settling lawsuits that quickly to try to. So there was like allegations after that. I didn't really know what to believe about those other ones. but I knew for like in my heart I was like that Cassie one is for sure because he wouldn't settle like that. You know what I mean? Usually
Right.
people push. Even look at Vince McMahon. Like all the allegations and stuff, he's not settling anything. He's pushing
Right.
back on it. So this was the only one I've seen that was so willing to settle so quickly.
Yeah, that's true though. And oh man, I mean, it's I feel for Cassie, and
Right.
the reason why I feel for her is number one, it takes courage to sue someone as powerful as Diddy,
Right. A
Right.
billionaire Diddy.
billionaire, and number two, it's like I'm pretty sure when having to put together the suit with her lawyer, you have to recap the traumatic events that took place, which is not
Yeah.
easy. And now the suit was settled, fine, but then you fast forward a few months later, the video's coming out. So now you're seeing it all over
Right.
social media.
She's
so,
reliving it too.
yeah,
Right.
and it's
Isn't she
tough.
married
So,
now? Isn't she married to someone else now too?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Married,
Yeah, so
happily
that-
married.
yeah,
Yeah.
That sucks, right? Like to have to go through it again. Like you've kind of put it behind you because you've moved on with your life with somebody else, and now it's still there. And I know like she kind of and it took her long to get the courage to do so because obviously it's quite traumatic, but it sucks that you have to see it, relive it, and you've have moved on, and it seems like you can't really.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But I mean, 50 Cent, man, this guy is proving
Mm-hmm.
to be.
Is he ever wrong?
That's what I'm saying. He's proven to be a legit source.
Yeah.
So we got to keep a watch on it because he's targeting Jay-Z. You see the latest post that
Yeah.
he has. Jay-Z
Yep.
got, oh man, I don't know what Beyonce going to do.
I don't know.
We're going to see what's going to come out now. The
Oh.
train keeps running.
And speaking on just to backtrack on Diddy there, I don't know if you guys heard his, I guess, drug mule or
Yeah.
drug whoever, how he was associated with Diddy. He took a plea deal,
Okay.
right? Which I don't really know how I feel about it because it's one of those things where, I mean, we knew he was going to take a deal. He didn't.
Man.
I mean, he was a former college basketball player, right? And I don't know his inner workings with Diddy. But again, he took a deal. And yeah, so seems like there's going to be more and more stuff that will be unfolding. We don't know any status updates on Homeland Security's investigation.
Apparently they found that video.
Hmm.
That's why it came out.
Really?
Yeah.
And then somehow CNN got it. Interesting. Yeah.
Well, you see what the other problem is. The reason the video didn't come out was he paid. Like the rumor is that he paid the hotel
Right.
to
Right.
get rid of the video. Basically, now I think now that someone else found it, that's the only reason that we're seeing it. So
Right.
that's the other problem with it too, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that you can do that and your money can hide it.
Mhm.
Like if it wasn't for this, then nobody would actually get to see these
Yep.
things. There would just be allegations in her suit, right? Like because it was there. She wrote the whole thing, and
Right.
exactly how she wrote it was what happened,
Yeah.
but it wasn't up in arms until we actually seen
Mm.
it. So
Yeah.
that's the other problem now. Like how can you hide these things by having money? That how
Yeah.
many other
Yeah.
things are probably being hidden?
And how dumb is Diddy, right?
Yeah.
You paid for the video to be hidden.
Yeah.
You got the copy of the video. What are you watching it at your time
Yeah,
off?
kept it.
Destroy that shit.
Yeah.
Like what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And
Because you were caught, you apologize. If you never got exposed,
Yeah.
your ass would have been dancing in the street, humping meek, doing whatever you're doing, bitch.
Calling himself
shoot.
love.
Yeah, brother
Yeah.
love, all this stuff.
he tried to rebrand, eh? He
Rebrand.
thought he was going to
Yep.
rebrand, eh? He thought
Idiots.
that would have worked, but no. But again, it probably when Homeland Security obtained hard drives and
Right.
stuff, it was probably on there,
Yeah,
right? And who knows what else is on there? So
yeah. You
Did
don't
you
want your
hear the
producer
game?
all up in the
did you hear what the game
videos,
said?
dancing. Suge Knight. I love that quote. That comes up. You don't want your
Yeah.
producer
Did you see-
all up in the
Mm.
videos. beating
Did you
you.
guys hear what the game said?
No, I didn't hear that, Sam.
No.
Oh, so he was saying that when the Diddy was beefing with Drake, he actually put a hit to get Drake killed.
Oh, yeah.
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 I don't know how true that is, but now all these things are gonna start coming out
Yeah.
against Diddy. So
You do one
Yeah.
bad thing, whatever, that's your fault.
Yeah.
That's
No,
your
definitely.
fault. Beating on women is the worst shame you can do.
Man, like, oh God, like I just seen, and you know what? In the video too, not to go back to it, but again, trigger warning. You can see she was trying to escape,
Yeah.
and she fled,
Yeah.
and then he started throwing vases at her.
Yeah.
Like, there was again, if I pick up a glass bottle and throw it, there's intent to injure. I'm not picking up a plastic bottle. I'm not like, that's glass. That is meant to hurt, inflict injury. But again, he thought, and a lot of people do, they think that money could buy their way out of trouble.
Right.
And clearly it didn't. So,
Also, too, there's one person
Mm.
that came to the defense of Diddy, which is even after the video. I don't know if you ever heard about this this idiot that people have been pushing online, this Charleston White guy.
Yes. Yep.
He was the one who said that's what you get with dealing with a high value man.
Which,
wow.
Really?
insensitive. number
Insensitive.
one.
Well, he's an idiot by
Yeah,
himself. I don't know
yeah.
why people are giving him a platform to speak on issues and speak the derogatory towards like your own people.
Yeah.
But to actually come out to defend Diddy, it shows he's really only there for the clout.
Yeah, absolutely.
So get your ass off the TV. Get yourself off the platforms. You're an idiot. Go
Yeah.
get your education. Go back to jail. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You ain't deserve to be platformed.
Oh, 100%. We got to stop giving platforms to stupid people.
Right.
That's exactly it. But
That's part of the problem too, right? Because of free speech, then you can say whatever you want to say, and then
Yeah.
you got to give these idiots a platform, and that's unfortunately part of I guess the negative side of that free speech thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
100% there.
These people have millions of followers too.
Yeah.
That think like him.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's almost like cult mentality, right? Like if you can brainwash a few people and they start listening to what you say, then more and more people, like, it's crazy how many people start following what you say. It's insane.
No, definitely. And I think in today's society, we're always looking for someone that's edgy, someone that goes against the grain. They think, they're this. No, I'm gonna think this, and I'm gonna be on my island by myself. And we kind of look for that edginess. We want someone that's gonna ruffle feathers, but you can do it in a way where you're not insensitive, you're not offending, you're not crossing any boundaries. For example, what's the individual's name? Alex Jones.
Okay. Yeah.
His big lawsuit with, the families of Sandy Hook. He thought that I'm going to stand over here and I'm going to say it's conspiracy theories. Well, he got hit with a nearly $1 billion lawsuit,
Yeah.
which I don't know how he could pay that back. But again, it shows you that, there is a price to pay for what you say.
Yeah.
So
There should be
Yes.
a bigger price to pay.
Exactly.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
definitely.
because
Cassie,
maybe we
you've
can
seen
stop
that.
people.
Yeah.
Mm,
Go after the man. Man's talking bad about you, defaming you.
yeah.
That's what you're dealing with, right?
And you know what? It's a shame for the people online that called out Cassie and saying she's going after this for the fact
Money.
of trying to get money. When you look at that video, there is no money that can repay you for what took place. There's nothing. Like, okay, yeah, you could be $50 million richer off of the lawsuit, but you still have to go to sleep with those events replaying in your
Right.
brain. There is no money.
Right.
No trip, no car, no house, no nothing that could, have you have that erased from your memory. So
Right.
ridiculous, but prayers up to Cassie and, again,
Victim of abuse, man.
Yeah, no,
Women
definitely.
who are being victimized by stupid, idiot, male, driven ego. Just
Yeah.
crazy.
That's true. More money, more problems.
It's over now.
But there is something that I did want to touch on
All right.
in relation to everything that's been taking place. And I got smoke. I got smoke for certain individuals who have been associated with Diddy throughout the years, whether it's being a bad boy label mate, being a business partner,
Right.
Just being an artist
Right.
and who's had music produced by Diddy.
Right.
But I got smoke for anybody that has been in the media space, whether they've been under his brand Revolt or however they've been associated with him. There have been too many people that have been silent on everything that has been taking place with Diddy, from the lawsuit, from the raids, now the video.
Right.
Yes, Diddy is a powerful individual who can probably, in an instant, have you wiped off the face of the earth if he really wanted to.
Okay.
However, the silence that has been showcased over the past several months is a little bit suspicious to me. And I know we're dealing with a powerful individual who's a business mogul, music mogul, whatever you want to call, party mogul. However, right is right and wrong is wrong. And you should be called out on when you've done wrong. And I feel that people, either they're scared of Diddy and they don't want anything to happen to them, knowing if they go against him, he might not do it directly to you, but he can pay someone to get something done to you. Allegedly, we don't know. But
Right.
again, right? So for me, and I'm calling out podcasters, there have been certain podcasts that have been very silent on what has taken place. They have released they've recorded and released their episodes and did not discuss the events that took place.
The podcast that actually talk about hot topics.
Definitely hot topics.
So that would definitely fall
Yep.
probably under one of the
And
agenda
I can
items.
tell you, they are a highly favored and a highly touted podcast who definitely is a leader of the culture.
Okay.
But look, I understand people got relationships. I understand that people got business ventures with Diddy or associated to individuals around Diddy. However, you were silent on the lawsuit. You took the high road and said, we'll wait to see what comes out. Silent on the raids. And now there's silence on the visual proof.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. You don't have an opinion? If that was your sister, that was your mother, that was someone you knew, a friend,
Mm-hmm.
you going to be silent?
Oh, but hey, if it was someone else, they will get cracked on. They
Right.
will get everything.
Yeah.
They'll have a whole hour segment on what that person did
Right.
wrong. But now that it's Diddy, what? Another black man, but you can call out another black man on what he's done
Right.
wrong. We scream people's success. We talk about and congratulate them on all their big ventures and whatnot. But when it comes to the wrong that has been done, we're silent because we fear that we might get silenced ourselves.
Right.
When you got a platform as big as some of these podcast platforms, radio platforms, internet platforms, whatever it may be, calling out wrong or calling out someone on what they've done wrong is only putting you in a position to show the masses and to show the audience that at the end of the day, we can also champion people's success, but we will call them out on their BS.
Yeah.
Well, you
So-
actually said something that's like one of my
Mhm.
favorite lines too. I always say right is right and wrong is wrong. So
Yeah.
that's my favorite thing, and that's what I stand by. So the more people that don't call, when there's something is right, then you
Mhm.
have to say it. The more you allow, the wrong to stop you from saying, then you really have no backbone. You have, like, you're doing a disservice to the world. The fact that you know better but don't do better. You know what I mean? So I strongly believe in that, and I think more people need to start believing in it, growing a set of, you know, growing a set, I should say. So you could actually, because there would be more right in the world, there would be more good in the world.
Yeah.
But if no one stands up for what's right and what's
Yeah.
good, then we just keep like these incidents happen. You know, they're going to continue to happen. So the more these people who are coming out and standing up for Diddy, the more they comment, the more they say stuff like in his favor, that leads the other person who's looking up to Diddy to do this. That next billionaire, you know, that next person who's thinking they're above, you know, whatever, they're giving them the green light to do it. So there's more people, and there's too many people in this world that don't have enough of that backbone to stand up for what's right. And that comes with anything in life. You should always follow what's right. You know, I don't understand.
It's weird though, right? Because like a 17-year-old Chris Brown slaps Rihanna. They're all attacking him even to this day.
Yep.
Yeah.
A 40-year-old, maybe 50-year-old at the time, slapping around doing worse than that. A grown man.
Yeah. No
one's talking against him. Why? It's because it's Cassie and it's not as high profile as Rihanna. Like, what's the issue? You've been on for all this time that you're scared to talk about it?
Huh.
What's the issue?
That's true.
You know, the other thing is, no one's saying that you can't make mistakes and you can't, you know, recover from those mistakes. For example, Chris Brown, you know, we're not going to hold you to the same mistake forever.
Exactly.
But the difference is, it's what you do and not what you say, you know. So coming out and making an apology isn't really, I know that's like the bare minimum, but that doesn't really show anybody anything to say you've changed or you're doing the right thing. You know, words are easy to say. Actions take a lot more effort. Actions show that you actually mean what you're saying. So telling me you've gone to treatment, telling me you've gone to rehab and therapy and that means nothing, because what have you done to show that you've changed? You know, now there's a lot of allegations saying he could be doing similar or worse right now. You know, I mean, we just don't have the video.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's crazy that like people, it's all words, that it's all lip service, but no one actually comes out and actually, you know, takes action. And that comes back to right is right, wrong is wrong. Like what JR's saying, it doesn't matter if we're friends of Diddy or you're not friends of Diddy or whoever. You got to speak up, because that's you taking action against what's wrong.
I'll even go a step further than you, Uncle Sammy. I don't think there's any excuse whatsoever if you did wrong or whatever. You're a 50-year-old, 40-year-old, whatever, and you're beating on a young Cassie.
Yeah.
A young Cassie. That age, you shouldn't be doing that at all whatsoever. You're a grown-ass man. That is inexcusable behavior. And for all these people that Mr. JR was talking about who are silent, the one who should actually be scared was Cassie. And she was the one that spoke out. Took her years to do it, but she was the one that spoke out.
Yeah.
She should be scared. She should be mostly scared. But y'all shouldn't be mostly what? It's going to impact your money at the end of the day? Talk.
Yeah.
He's on the other side. He's going to be canceled. Talk.
Yeah.
That's not going to impact your money.
No,
right.
100%. And
money shouldn't impact what's right. Like right is right. Money shouldn't impact what's right. Like, you should have the backbone to stand by, whether it's impacting your money or not. You can make money so many other different ways, or you can make money with so many other different people. You don't have to make money with Diddy, you know. So that's why I do respect 50 Cent, because he doesn't care on who it is. He's gonna speak the truth, and that if that means, like, you know, that he doesn't have to deal with them anymore, so be it. He said he wanted to buy Ciroc or work with Ciroc. He does his little pity. It's little petty. I really appreciate that. Appreciate that good petty.
Yeah.
You know, I think one of the reasons why a lot of people, I wouldn't say they're scared to speak out, but they basically got to protect their bottom line, because Diddy is that handful of successful and very wealthy individuals in the hip hop community. There's only a handful. There's Jay, there's Diddy. I mean,
Dre.
Trey, Kanye was a billionaire, and I don't know what happened after that. But there's a very small handful, and everyone else is just your millionaires underneath. So to go against one of the moguls, who, by the way, Diddy is musically, he is respected in hip hop. Right? Just talking on music, he's respected for his contributions to the culture. So to almost stand up alone on your own island and go against someone like Diddy, you almost have to fear for your bottom line. Right?
Yeah.
Diddy had Revolt, which... Oh, go ahead, Sammy.
I was going to say, but the thing is, words, like, I understand the bottom line portion, but you also have to understand, like, it doesn't matter how powerful you are. If the people stand together against that one person who's wrong, that changes that person's bottom line. So it doesn't matter. It's like the Donald Sterling thing as an example. You know, if you let it go on, then it just keeps happening. But they could actually change his perception, because you don't hear about Donald Sterling at all anymore. You know what I mean? So it does take people coming together and standing up for what's right to change that. Because I don't care how much influence he has, the influence goes away when people stop caring about what you do, you know? So now your influence is gone. So the people have a lot more power than they are letting on or giving themselves. You know, they're allowing Diddy to have the power and keep power by not speaking up against them together as a unit. Because I don't think he would be up there anymore. I think he would actually fall off. You wouldn't hear, just like the Donald Sterling thing, you don't hear about him.
Yeah.
Just like anybody else after that. Like once, you know, they've done something that's, you know, the Harvey Weinsteins, you don't see him making movies anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the people have that power. It's just a matter of people are being, you know, they don't have the balls. They're just being...
they need to collectively get together.
Being weak. Yeah, we need less weak people and more strong people in this world. Stand up for...
Let me ask you this question, both of you guys. We all work for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put ourselves, I guess, in that person's opinion or position where your money is coming from your employer.
Yep.
Right? Let's say the CEO of your company, all of a sudden there are evidence of him or her doing something really crazy, like beating another woman or beating their spouse. Would you be so quickly to jump out and talk against him or her? Tough, right?
I would. I don't know if I would do it publicly, but I would. So like, see, you guys are in my close circle. So if that came out, I'm sure you guys would want to talk or bring it up to me. Right. I would definitely speak on it. And if it came to the point where I had to speak publicly, I would rather speak my truth than be, you know, a slave to what's wrong. That's how I am. And I'll tell you, I actually won't go too far into it, but I actually had a presentation I did last week at my work talking about being uncomfortable, getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And it talks about having those uncomfortable discussions, standing up for what's right. And it talks about being one of the dominoes, because once one of the dominoes fall, that's how the others fall. But without that one person being able to speak, nothing can actually get done. So that's why I'm so passionate about that, because I legit just did that presentation last week. But and it actually went into talking about calling out your work environment. Is there's, you know, people who are above you that isn't fostering that kind of change that you need to have done? Is it like speaking up, or are you being afraid to speak up? And what does you not speaking up do, you know, when it comes to fostering a good environment? So I actually would.
How about you? One more thing I'll add too, because
Mm-hmm.
that's really good, Uncle Sammy, because I know some corporate cultures, if there's a negative thing that happens in the news, they actually send out a internal memo to say employees don't speak about this.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a communication plan and we will broadcast it for all individuals.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a good thing from your perspective, Uncle Sammy, regardless of if a memo comes out. How about you?
I I agree with Sammy. I think I would talk about it within my inner circle.
Right.
To go public on it, I
Right.
think I would also have to.
Because that's the issue, right? Because I'm pretty sure these folks talk in.
Oh yeah,
They have to with their homies or with their friends.
for sure.
They definitely talk about it internal, but to go
Yeah.
public,
Yeah,
because we only see the public side.
right.
We're not there playing cards with them, talking on a weekend.
That's true. And it's tough because again, if you do speak out, you do run the risk of the retribution of being let go, right? Or being suspended or whatever it may
Right.
be, or an internal investigation is now launched. So there is very fine, very, very fine lines that if you
Right.
do cross it, you do potentially face, life-changing consequences.
Right.
Right. And, to kind of circle back with Diddy, who, was, I guess, the founder of Revolt, and then he had a board position. But again, when you think of Revolt, it's attached to Diddy. And he employed a lot of people through Revolt,
Right.
a lot of podcasts, a lot of shows.
A lot of mouths being fed by Diddy, right?
Yeah. So if you speak out, even though he's no longer associated with Revolt because they've parted ways, he could place a few calls.
Definitely have influence, right?
Right. So again, I am on the fence of, I'm calling out people for not calling him out, but I also do understand why they're not
Right.
calling him out. But
But you know that you do have the right to as well. So even if you were, you're protected in a way too, because let's say he did do that because you said something to him, you can always take to court for wrongful dismissal
True.
and things like that, because they know very well that they're not allowed to just let you go for that reason. So at that point, you're still protected. So for me, just speaking for me, I'd rather my integrity. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like that's important to me. So like my word or like that matters. So
Right,
I just can't like let it go if something is wrong and I don't speak on it,
Yeah.
because I think there's just so many people that can't speak or won't speak because they have that fear,
Yeah.
yeah.
and somebody has to do it. And I feel like I don't know why, I just have that feeling like sometimes I have to, because there's probably other people that will speak up with me.
Right.
Sometimes you just have to be the start,
Right.
So that's what we talk about the other podcasts that won't call him out. If they did, every other podcast would, because
Right.
they would feel a lot more comfortable, but
Yeah.
that's the problem.
It's tough too, because when you start thinking about the next step, you're saying if they do dismiss you, you can get in a lawsuit and file that. That's, I guess, what the back of their heads, right? It's
Yeah.
going through those
Yes.
emotions, right?
Definitely.
Knowing that you won't have a paycheck, knowing you got to fight for it now. You got to come out of
Yeah.
your pocket. You got to be that person who speaks on it.
Definitely.
But
That's
that's
the
a
difficult
whole-
part for these
That's
guys.
what people use to leverage that,
Yeah.
those feelings, right? Because they
Yeah.
know that most people depend on that paycheck. They know
Yeah.
that most people, so that fear is going to hold them from speaking out.
Right.
So that's what they use against most people, right? But it does take one or two to start coming out for other people to get comfortable and to
Yeah.
to actually stand up for what's right. So but you're right, it is tough. But even
Mm.
Yeah.
if it is tough, sometimes you have to do it.
I'm with the mindset with Uncle Sammy too. I would do the same exact thing.
Mm.
If my employer was starting doing some weird shit like that,
Yeah.
definitely I would speak up. Honestly, because in my mind, I think I'm the greatest. I'm the smartest, one of the smartest there, and I feel like I can be self-sufficient and do my own thing.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I've just always had that kind of personality where
Mm.
wrong is wrong,
Yeah.
and I'm also smarter than you.
Mm.
I don't know why. It's
Yeah.
just my
I
cockiness.
think we're
like that.
similar.
Yeah.
I think we're similar because remember I always say like I have confidence I can make more money
Yeah.
when I come with those questions. So Similarly, I think like, oh, I'm gonna be able to find another job somewhere else,
Yeah.
and I'll be fine. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
have to do what's right. So
Mm.
Yeah.
you and I are similar in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment
Yeah.
on that though. So what I'm gauging is you guys won't be silent. You'll speak out, but speak out in a manner where you're speaking facts. Because again, here's the interesting part: is we oftentimes throw in our personal feelings and start deviating away from the facts. Because now you don't want to get hit with a defamation lawsuit or a cease and desist to say, hey, stop what you're saying. That rhetoric that you're spewing is no longer, it's not factual, right? So I think, and obviously from knowing you guys, you'll speak from, number one, an honest place, right? And you stick to the facts when you're calling out the employer, and ensuring that you're not going to say anything that could potentially come back and
That's the thing with me. Sometimes I speak with emotion. Like I'll start going in personal shots. Like I call Diddy a bitch and things like that. So I would, my mouth starts running, and I would only start with the facts.
Yeah.
If there was something specific like a video,
Right.
then I'll get a little bit personal in there, and that's my fault. That's my downfall. I know that. So I know when my mouth starts running, I get a little bit personal in that, which could impact me. But
Right.
it is me.
And also too, I think maybe that's another reason why, if there are people that probably want to go public and say what they want about Diddy, but if you get personal, you might get hit with a defamation lawsuit. You might get hit with a cease and desist. For a podcaster, that could be your, biggest video, and now you're hit with a cease and desist. You got to take it down, right? So there's so much implications, but I just want to circle back just before we close off on, the video that came out. But LAPD issued a statement, and basically, the first question that everybody asks is, how come LAPD, where the hotel was in LA, is not investigating and potentially could lay charges for, assault, right, or domestic violence. And basically, LAPD issued a statement, and they advised that due to the statute of limitations, they cannot investigate and basically propose any charges. So Diddy's lucky on that end, because the video's right there, and if he was obviously found guilty, he could potentially even face felony domestic violence.
Yeah.
Battery is like a slap on the wrist. But when you're facing felony charges, you're looking at some serious time. So he dodged a bullet there, unfortunately, because with the evidence that we've seen, you definitely deserve to be locked up. And I'm pretty sure there'll be individuals in there say, you can't do that. And I'm pretty sure Diddy would have had some tough years in jail with that. But so he can't be criminally charged.
It would have been good. Rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Instead of you giving it, you taking it in jail.
There you go.
You taking it in jail in the ass, and you taking it good in the ass. And when you get out of it, you'll learn not to beat women.
Mm-hmm. Because
he wanted rehab, right? So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But oh man, again, just prayers up to, Cassie. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're.
And one thing too. This is the first time he's been caught. It's not the only incident. We all know that, being human beings. This is the first time he's been caught.
Yeah.
So any other folks that you got money from Diddy because you have evidence, now is the time. Like Uncle Sammy says, it takes that one domino, the first one, to push.
Yeah.
If he paid you money to hide some evidence, the gates are open.
Oh, definitely. And also, sorry, go ahead, Sammy.
No, I was saying, yep, I agree with Jay.
Oh yeah. And also too, if you're the hotel and Diddy's legal team approaches you and say, hey, we're going to pay you $1 million to hand over that security footage to us.
They've already probably signed waivers. They've already been
NDAs
there.
and
if you come out now, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah,
for
so
sure.
Please don't come out or we're going to come after you. But Diddy gets the statute of limitations, right?
Yeah. Which is the unfortunate part. But when you think for the hotel,
these are minimum wage folks, right? The security guard. Probably went directly to him.
Yeah.
Or
Or
her.
who knows?
Yeah.
Or could have gone up the corporate ladder of the
Right.
hotel. We don't know. But damn, to think that you literally you basically protected Diddy there. You protected someone
50,000?
who was committing a criminal offense.
50,000?
Was it actually 50,000?
50,000, yeah. That's it.
You see,
Oh my
I just want to show you, like, you
God.
see, we're talking about, like, they're offered that much money to look away.
Right.
I saw a video on, I think it was TikTok, and I just want to show you, like, there's good people and there's bad people in the world.
Hmm.
So there was this guy, I forgot where he was working. It was something like Arby's or something like that, but I don't remember the exact one. He was in the drive-thru. Somebody drove up and say, "I'll give you and had $100,000 in their hand. They're like, "I'll give you $100,000 to quit your job right now." And do you know that guy was like, "Oh, there's only 3 people here. I can't
Mm.
let anybody else suffer." So he didn't take the $100,000, and that video
Wow.
went on TikTok. And Dana White saw it. He gave the guy $15,000 for doing that. And then I guess the company, I don't remember. I wish I knew what the company was. I don't think it's Arby's. It's somewhere else. But they also actually donated $20,000 to him for
Wow.
not leaving and taking the 100,000, because anybody else would have easily taken the $100,000
Yeah.
and left the other people there to like struggle for the remainder of the day.
Yeah.
He did it, so people have a choice, and people are going to do what's right. And then now, like the hotel, they did what's wrong, so there's good people and there's bad people, but the hotel, you got to do better than that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Like, damn, like they're basically played a huge part in Diddy avoiding any criminal charges. Obviously the video was taken and then stored somewhere and whatnot, and I don't know, but again, just prayers up to Cassie, and yeah, one of those tough ones.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that to piggyback off of that a little bit. Now, if you're working at I'm just curious to see what you guys would say.
Mm.
If you're working at a fast food place and you get offered $100,000 to quit right then and there, how many of us are not taking that $100,000?
I don't know if I would believe it. That's the thing. I still, even if I saw the 100,000, I wouldn't believe it, to be honest with you.
Like,
I know. I think I
Yeah.
wouldn't either believe it, but just to just
If it was
say
true,
no,
right?
Yeah.
yeah, But clearly, now you got 15,000 from Dana White, then you got 20,000 from the actual place
Yeah.
you work.
Yeah.
That that's massive. I
Yeah.
don't know if I would not take it though. Like
Yeah, I would
mean?
take it. If it was true,
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I would take it. Like,
Yeah.
you're not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
What you got to make a couple extra burgers under pressure. I'm
Yeah.
take my 100,000, go home, and plan something
Yeah.
cool with it.
It's, and on the flip side, the other hotel was hurting someone. There was a
Exactly.
victim, and they took the money. So
Exactly.
it just shows how shitty people can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well. Yeah, I'm near certain this will not be the last we hear from Mr. Diddy. That's for sure.
No.
And yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to talk about, tough to think about, but
We'll just look on the 50 Cent Instagram page, see
There
the
you go.
latest updates.
Yeah.
We'll check it out later.
Laugh